sending a 6-member team of experts drawn from U.S. National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration. Hosgan Mulat was more.
The United States is sending a team of experts to help Ethiopia in the investigation of the cause of the Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft crash. U.S. Ambassador to Ethiopia Michael Runner visited the accident site yesterday. The ambassador on the occasion said that the U.S. is sending 6-member team of experts drawn from the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration.
Experts arriving tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning in Addis. They will certainly come out here also tomorrow. They are members of the National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration of the United States, experts at helping to investigate causes of crashes like this. So they will be partnering with Ethiopian authorities, with Boeing, the manufacturer, to do everything possible to determine.
The experts are expected to arrive at accident site today to provide assistance to investigation process, the ambassador added. Ambassador Runner further said Boeing technical team in partnership with the government of Ethiopia and International Criminal Police Organization Interpol will provide technical support.
We're also going to be partnering with other entities to make sure that everything that can be done is being done to help identify the remains of the victims of this crash. Interpol will have the lead on that, but we're coordinating to connect Interpol to Ethiopia and to make sure they have the resources they need to do their jobs effectively. So we are committed to doing everything we can to support the Ethiopian government, Ethiopian Airlines, to ensure that people understand what happened and to make sure that the families of those who are impacted get closure and satisfaction as quickly as possible.
The ambassador noted that the black box data which has been recovered will have significant contribution to the cause of the crash.
The flight recorder boxes were recovered, and that will be an important step toward understanding the circumstances that led to this crash.
8 U.S. citizens were among the victims of the crash. The aircraft en route from Finfinne to Nairobi crashed on Sunday around Bishoftu 6 minutes after takeoff, killing all 149 passengers and 8 crew members on the board.
The fortunate 2 individuals were let and now saved. Countries are banning the flight of Boeing 737 MAX 8 airplane in connection with this crash in Ethiopia. Including Ethiopia, some countries are temporarily suspending operation of all variant of Boeing 737 MAX. Oluma Baina has the details.
The plane was supposed to fly from Ethiopia to Kenya.
Various international media reported that many countries are suspending flying Boeing MAX out of and into their countries. The BBC Worldwide reported that Singapore's Civil Aviation Authority has temporarily suspended the Boeing 737 MAX fleet of aircraft from flying into and out of the country. The decision comes after an Ethiopian Airlines Boeing MAX 8 crashed on Sunday, killing 157 people on board. It was the second fatal accident involving that model in less than 5 months. Singapore's Changi Airport is the world's 6th busiest and a major hub connecting Asia to Europe and the US. But only a handful of airlines operate MAX aircraft in and out of the country. Several airlines and regulators around the world have already grounded the MAX 8 model following the crash. Singapore is believed to be the first country to ban all the variations of MAX fleet of aircraft. The suspension went into effect from 14 local time. Singapore's aviation authority said the affected airlines, including Silk Air, which operates 6 Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft, as well as China Southern Airlines, Garuda Indonesia, Shandong Airlines, and Jai Lion Air. It said it is working with airlines and Changi Airport to minimize the impact on passengers. Experts told the BBC that disruption was likely, however. Aviation consultant Ian Thomas said, quote, "This is sure to lead to significant flight and disruption to schedules as the airlines involved switch to other aircraft types, assuming they are available." Al Jazeera English also reported that U.S. Federal Aviation Administration said it was working with local authority and the National Transportation Safety Board and may soon share safety information concerning the aircraft. The Federal Aviation Administration said it was ordering Boeing to make improvements to anti-stealing software and the maneuvering system, giving the company until the end of April to make the updates. A team of U.S. aviation experts from the Federal Aviation Administration was at the site on Tuesday. Tamrat Abara, a witness who saw the plane go down, told the Associated Press smoke was coming out of the rear and the aircraft rotated twice before hitting the ground. The CNN also reported that Australia's Civil Aviation Safety Authority has temporarily suspended airlines from flying all Boeing 737 MAX jets to or from Australia. No Australian airlines fly the 737 MAX, Australia Civil Aviation Safety Authority said, but 2 foreign carriers had previously flown the aircraft into the country.
350 of that model in service around the world, with orders for more than 5,000. Boeing stock fell 5% Monday on the news.
Ethiopia started this flight aviation in 1945. A year later, now Ethiopia started an international flight to Cairo through Asmara. And such accidents happened to Ethiopia only for the third time in 1996 in Comoros, 2010 and Mediterranean around Beirut, and this one, and the worst, of course, on the Ethiopian soil itself, where many citizens of over 30 countries died. President Emmanuel Macron of France is due to arrive in Finistère today for a 2-day state visit to Ethiopia. During his visit, President Macron will meet with President Sahle-Work Zewde and Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed for talks on bilateral and regional issues of mutual benefit to the peoples of the two countries. President Macron will also visit the Rock-Hewn Churches of Lalibela, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Macron had pledged that France will contribute to the maintenance and renovation of the Rock-Hewn Churches of Lalibela. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed visited France at the end of October last year. Emmanuel Macron, the youngest leader of the country since Napoleon, and was born in 1977 in that country, and has got a master's degree in public policy and also another master's degree in philosophy, and became president of France in 2017. Ethiopia's State Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Marcos Tekle, yesterday received a Canadian parliamentary delegation headed by Raynel Andrechuk, chair of the Canadian Africa Parliamentary Association. The State Minister briefed the Canadian delegation on the ongoing comprehensive reforms in Ethiopia, including opening up of political space, release of prisoners, the return of armed groups, as well as economic and social development in the country. Dr. Marcos also mentioned the various key initiatives undertaken in the economic frontiers, such as the partial and full privatization schemes of state-owned enterprises, while expressing his condolences over Sunday's tragic plane crash of Flight 8302. The State Minister extended his profound sympathy to Canadian families and individuals who lost their loved ones. The Canadian parliamentary delegation also expressed their sorrow over the tragic incident, further underlining their confidence in Ethiopian Airlines, adding that they will fly Ethiopian in their next travel to Uganda and their return trip to Canada. They have reaffirmed their commitment to support the ongoing reforms in Ethiopia and particularly help Ethiopia's endeavors in areas of science and information technology, as well as infrastructural development. There were 18 Canadians in the crash. Actually, the highest number is of Kenya, 32. The Oromia Health Bureau highlighted that it has been working to produce a healthy society. Sorichak Abanicha has looked at the details.
Oromia Health Bureau has launched electronic community health information system to deliver quality health service for the community. The newly launched program has started the service in the selected areas of the region. The organizing committee to evaluate and support the newly started electronic community health information system has evaluated the work performance of the program of Sharad Banduba Health Center of Lume District. Director of ICT at Oromia Health Bureau, Gemmachis Malkamwar, to say the following on the newly launched program.
The program launched today is called ECHIS, which means Electronic Community Health Information System. This program has been implemented at Oromia region in 10 zones, 16 districts, and 412 health centers.
Some of health extension workers, for their part, stated that the new program has a great role in providing them quality information and saving their time. It provides us a real evidence and a quality information, and we can access it in any time we need it. We expect that it solves many problems. Those hinder us to give quality service in the past time. Previously, we used to lose the health service customer information in the hard copy due to lack of appropriate filing system. Head of Oromia Health Bureau, Dr. Daraja Duguma, notes that to encourage the contribution of stakeholders in the health service, it is being necessary to organize committee regarding the newly launched electronic community health information system. It is being necessary to organize committee regarding the newly launched electronic community health information system.
To make the new program managed differently and to increase the contribution of all stakeholders in the health service, the program evaluation necessary, because we believe that the sector needs special attention at this time.
A discussion stage that focuses on the expansion of Oda Bultum University was organized in Churo town of West Hargeisa zone. Aklugabro had the story.
Public discussion was held in Churo town that focused how to support expansion works of Oda Bultum University. Some participants of the discussion expressed their readiness to closely work with the management of the university to speed up expansion works of the university.
University Oda Bultum bu'uura iddoo gad dhaabbanne malee ammallee hin babal'anne.
Even if Oda Bultum University was established, it has not yet expanded as it is planned. So we need to request the university management to fence the compound of the university as per its border.
Nurraa illee waan guddaa nu eeggata.
A lot is expected from us for the successful expansion of the university. Administrator of West Hargeisa Zone, Abdurrahman Abdullah, on the event said that the expansion phase of Oda Bultum University has started by the active participation of the nearby community.
Ijaarsi University bakka dhaabbata irraayis.
Construction of the expansion phase has already started. This showed that if there is cooperation, it is possible to do a lot. President of Oda Bultum University, Dr. Mukhtar Mohammed, appreciated the nearby community for their commitment to support the university. Minister of Culture and Tourism and Board Chairperson of the university, Dr. Hirut Kasau, has also given recognition for individuals who played major role for the success of the university.
Oda Bultum University is named after a historical site, an area of multitude for the Oromo in the Gada system, Oda Bultum. India's ambassador to Ethiopia said the comprehensive partnership between India and Ethiopia has been gaining momentum. Olkaba Wandamu has more.
Ambassador of India to Ethiopia, Nuragri Bastava, told Ethiopian news agency said that the relationship between Ethiopia and India has borne fresh fruits in various sectors. According to him, the two nations have multi-faced, vibrant and robust bilateral relationship which has advanced into a strong political, commerce and people-to-people linkage.
India-Ethiopia relations are something which can be described in three words. They are multifaceted, they are vibrant, and they are robust. So therefore, what we see today is that this relationship has proceeded in various areas. We have a political relationship which is of comfort between the two sides. We have a commercial relationship which makes us one of the top three economic partners of Ethiopia. And we have cultural and people-to-people links between our two civilizations and two countries, which go back 2,000 years.
Ambassador Rivastava reiterated India's readiness to deepen traditional friendship, work hand in hand for common development with Ethiopia, and to cement the existing cooperation, particularly in trade and investment. The trade volume between Ethiopia and India has recently jumped over $1 billion, he revealed, adding that if you really look back and compare the trade figures, it has registered a double growth after the 2 decades, which was only $500 million in 1990s.
To me, again, it is the trade relationship is something which has a lot of potential. And this is something that we need to look at how we can realize that potential. Now, if you analyze this trade volume, it is heavily skewed in favor of India. The exports from India are much more as compared to the exports from Ethiopia. And that is where we need to work on. And that is where we are working on.
However, the two countries are working on the possibilities of export diversification from Ethiopia by adding values on various commodities in order to balance the trade volume in near future, the ambassador added.
During the visit of our president in October 2017, we signed an agreement on trade. Now, one of the purposes of this agreement was to have a trade committee where experts from both sides would sit down and look at the challenges and the bottlenecks that we face in terms of increasing our trade volumes and in terms of having a balance of trade and addressing those issues.
Speaking about the investment, the ambassador stated that India's companies have been top 3 investors in Ethiopia. Indian companies have $2 billion investment in Ethiopia.
We have about 584 or so Indian companies registered here in Ethiopia. So which makes us amongst the top 3 investors in this country. Now, the reason why Indian investors have chosen Ethiopia is because it provides for a stable political climate. It provides for strong macroeconomics, and the government is focused on attracting investors and providing them with an incentive package.
According to the ambassador, India is looking forward to boosting investment as Ethiopia continues to be an attractive investment destination. Appreciating the far-reaching reforms Ethiopia has been undertaking under Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, India has in particular been watching carefully those investors who have engaged in Ethiopia.
I can share with you that this is something which has been watched very carefully in India, particularly by those who engage with Ethiopia, our investor community. It has generated a lot of hope and optimism, not only in your country, but also in the region. So therefore, this is something that we are watching very carefully and we are very interested in, because Ethiopia is a long-term economic partner.
Rivastava said the current announcement by the Ethiopian government to open up the economy in areas of telecom, shipping and logistics as well as airlines is attracting Indian investors.
Well, you've been watching OBN with me, Anwar Khalid. Thanks for watching. Have a good time. Bye-bye.